Here's part 7 of The Troop. I Found a Frog. So the boys made it back to the cabin. The sun was going down, the storm cells were rolling in, and they tried to go inside, but Tim met them at the door. Tim told the boys that they cannot go inside, and Tim clearly looked dreadful. Cold sweats, his skin was really pale, it looked like he lost weight. And he just said, I will bring out a cooler for you guys, just start a campfire, and I'll bring you food. It's bad. It's bad. This guy is really sick. To be honest, I thought it was cancer, but it's not. This is something else. It looks like there's something in the stomach. And then this is where he asked Max, whose dad is a local taxidermist. Hello, frog. And he said, hey, Max, I know this is going to be kind of messed up, but have you ever helped your dad dissect animals for taxidermy? And Max seemed a little uncomfortable. He's like, well, yeah, I've helped my dad in his shop a few times. Why? And this is where Tim says, I have to make a couple incisions in this guy to see what's going on in his stomach. I have prepped a mini operating room inside the cabin. I just need a second person to help me. And I trust you to do it since you've had the experience, or at least minimal experience of minor operations. So Max agreed, and they go inside the cabin, and everything was pretty sanitary, but the guy looked absolutely terrible. So they go inside to the cabin, and Max knew immediately that Tim was worse. He was sick, and he was also infected. As he looked around the cabin, he noticed that all of the food cabinets, all the cabinets, the fridge, all the doors hung open, and they were barren. Tim had eaten all of the food, and whatever food was left was in a little orange cooler, which he took out to the boys next to the campfire. The operating room was set up. Tom was unconscious on the couch, pretty drugged up and prepped for surgery. And this is where Max asked him, are you sick? Tim, you look freaking terrible. What is it? Tim at first denied it. He's like, no, I'm not sick. I just don't, I don't feel great. Nah, blah. You got me. Whatever he had, he threw up on me last night while you boys were sleeping, and I got whatever he has. And it's bad. I don't know what it is. It's contagious, that's for sure, through bodily fluid. I just need to see what's in the man's stomach. It looks like there's a living thing wriggling around in there. Tim's body looks like it had lost 50 plus pounds. Like he was a fit guy with enough body fat on him to, exist. But his sternum and his rib cage were poking out. His face had shrunken down, and he just looked like he hasn't slept in decades. He had beautiful, perfect surgeon hands, and now they were shrunken and spidery looking, and the veins popped out everywhere. He just looked zombified. Max is like, all right, if things go wrong, I'm gonna leave. I will help you. And Tim's like, perfect. I don't want to put you in any danger. I've took the precautions to not touch you. Do not touch him. Do not touch me. Just hand me things when I ask for it. And if things go wrong, leave immediately, because your safety is the utmost importance. And I'm so sorry you have to be in this position, but I trust you more than all of the other boys. I mean, Newton was next in line because he's a good learner, but you're just there. You're perfect for this, and I'm so sorry again, and I do not want to infect you at all. I just need help right now. Max is like, sick dog, let's get this thing underway. So Tim shoved a door underneath the doorknob of the door so the boys can't come in and also be infected from whatever is in this space. So before they began cutting into Tom, Tim looked at Max, and he's like, all right, I'm going to walk you through what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an incision here, here, and here, below the sternum, and right around the pelvic bone under the stomach and intestines. Tom looked like a corpse. Tom is the man who is currently infected, and he is in full starvation mode, where his body has atrophied so much where it is beginning to consume the cartilage on his ears, his nose. He has no more body fat on him. He has no more muscle on him. He is just bones wrapped in skin. The only thing of concern is his mega distended guts. So there was a soldering iron ready to cauterize any wounds or blood vessels. It was like a full prepped, like, good backwoods set. So the cutting begins, and I'm going to save you on the details, but he pretty much cut into the stomach, cut into the lining of the stomach, and he saw that there are 2 stomachs within each other, and he's like, what the fuck? And he cut into it a little more, where he noticed this wriggling white snake-like thing. He panicked. He's like, what is this? Is this a tapeworm? This tapeworm was unlike anything he has ever seen. It was huge. It had teeth, and it had little appendages that unfurled, and it wriggled around in this opening in the stomach, and it poked its head out, and it snaked right back in, and Tim is freaking out. He's screaming. He's like, oh, what the fuck? At this point, Tim thought Tom was deceased because he looked like he shouldn't be alive right now. But within seconds, Tom's eyes fluttered open, sat up, grabbed the protruding worm from his guts, and he held it, and then Tom began pulling out this tapeworm from his guts, and it just kept going. 3-4 feet long. It was huge. And that's when Tom made some noises, like guttural, dying, wheezing noises, and then he finally passed away. Tim was screaming. This thing was wiggling around like a little face hug. It was gnarly, and the boys outside heard, and they tried to come in and like wrench the door open, but there was a chair blocking the motion of the door coming, unglued. Max is freaking out. He stepped back, completely putting distance between him, Tim, and the worm. Panic. Absolute chaos ensues.